Welcome to Collecting Chaos Live. Yeah, there it is. What makes up a collection? We'll get into that in a few minutes. If I can find my... There it is. So yeah, what does make up a collection? Like I said, we'll get to that in a few minutes. John Beck, first in the chat, glad to see you. Mama Wolf, always a pleasure to see you. But like I said, what makes up a collection? You have to have a minimum number to be a collector, to have a collection. Can your collection be one item? Well, if I traded my entire comic book collection and managed to get a Superman #1, I would still consider that a collection. Yeah. But would everybody else? Does it have to be all the same type of items? If you have, let's say, a Spider-Man puzzle and a Spider-Man toy and a Spider-Man action figure and a Spider-Man comic and a Spider-Man kite and a Spider-Man t-shirt, and Spider-Man hat, would you be a Spider-Man collector? I don't know. That's where I'm going with this tonight. What is a collection? What decides what you have is a collection? You have a whole bunch of action figures. I guess you're an action figure collector, right? I got a bunch of them back there. I don't consider myself an action figure collector, though. More of a comic book collector because I have a few. Those are ones that I'm sorting out my collection. If you owned the Mona Lisa, you could be an art collector. I think I have a better chance of getting a Superman 1 than I do of Mona Lisa, though. I think that's a good definition. A collection is stuff that makes you happy. But at what point, if you have a few of something or you have an assortment of something, at what point does it stop being an assortment and start and become a collection? And when does it stop being a collection and become a hoard? I've been called a hoarder several times. But it's all in boxes. Well, except for that stack that's waiting to go in a box. It's an interesting subject. What makes up a collection? Can you have a whole bunch of different things that become a collection? Radar 468, how are you doing? Hi, Perlini. Question today is, what makes up a collection? And of course, I have to just bounce it off the chat because I don't have anybody here. And that's not a problem. I can do this if I need to. I have probably 60 or 70 stuffed animals, or plush animals, but I'm not a plush collector. I'd get rid of it tomorrow if I could. Even if I sold all but one Superman comic, I'd still be a Superman collector. Because I've got Superman toys, I've got Superman puzzles, I've got Superman belt buckles, I've got Superman action figures, I've got Superman kites. I've got Superman coloring books. I've got Superman T-shirts and hats and everything you can imagine. I've got pens. I've even got a Superman toothbrush and a Superman fishing rod and a Superman little, it's like pachinko like game. I've just got tons of Superman stuff. So even if I sold all but one of the comics, I'd still be a Superman collector. Well, yes and no. So most of the comics, because I don't know what I have, is a non-collection. And it's not a case, when I see it, I remember, oh yeah, I remember having that. But yeah, I don't know if I like that definition. Non-collection would be things you never know you got. Like I said, I have lots of comics that I didn't know I had. And I have doubles of a lot of them that I didn't know I had doubles of. So that's oh, cool. Which box? The little toy box that I sent yesterday can't be the one that I just sent that out. Maybe the one that I shipped out last Friday or whenever it did. Anyway, good to see you, Don. I'm always happy when people get what I send out, but it makes me wonder why it takes me so long to get stuff from people when I send stuff out. It gets there right away. Yeah, that was the one I sent out Friday, I think. Or was it? No, that's the one I sent out Monday. It's cold in here, and that makes the air dry, and it messes up my sinuses. So, got to keep drinking things. Tuesday, Monday. I sent it Tuesday. Or no, I sent the invoice. I sent that Wednesday, and today's Thursday. You got it in one day. That is fast. Because those are the ones that you bought on Monday. They were paid for on Tuesday. I shipped them Wednesday morning. Or was it? No. That's the one I sent Friday. The one or the one I sent or the one I sent Monday. The one I sent on Wednesday had other stuff in it. Well, the way the post office works is kind of strange anyway. If I drop a package off at my normal post office, it takes another day to get it to the local, little bit bigger post office. Then it goes to Waco or Austin, I forget which, and then it'll take a day to get there, and then it goes somewhere else, and it takes a while. Yeah, that's the Pez. That's what I was thinking of. That's the one that went out yesterday morning. That's still not bad. I mean, 2 days to ship something. From the time it's purchased to the time it's paid for and shipped, that's not bad. I try to make it as fast as I can. Sometimes I'll get a little lazy and it takes 2 or 3 days for me to get it up, packed up. Depends on how much stuff I have. And I do go back periodically and check and make sure everybody got their orders. Like I said, we were talking about collections. I guess I just sent out a collection of Pez because there's like 18 or 19 of them. That's a small collection. I think there was 18. But if you get $1 a piece for them, you'll make money. Even with the shipping and everything. And I know when I worked at the post office in San Jose, I worked at the main facility there, and we were always having to send stuff out. And I got to see how it went to the smaller stations and come back to the bigger one, then get shipped somewhere else, and then go somewhere else. Because of the number of duplicates I have, I would tend to think my comic books are more of a hoard than a collection. Because I've got 8, 10, 15 of some issues, which would be good if they were valuable, but they're only worth like $1 or $2 a piece. Well, hello, Mr. Murphy. Patrick Murphy. Good to see you. Glad you could stop in. Seems strange seeing you on that side of the box, but I understand that. But you don't have to have all like items. You can have a collection that isn't just comic books. You can have a collection that isn't just toys. You can have a collection that isn't just books. It's there's some sort of a core theme that would normally run through them, though. Like my small Big Little book collection up there, which is about 4.5 feet long if you put them that way. It's really, considering there's about 2,000 Big Little books, it's a fairly small collection. I have less than 100, but it makes me happy. I've got all kinds of odds and ends that when you look at any two items, you might not see how they connect together, but when you put them all together as a whole, it makes sense. So, I don't know if I'm going to stay on the whole hour. My sinuses are hard. I'm having trouble breathing through my nose because of the cold. Cold dries out the sinuses and makes it harder to breathe. I didn't even know you had that. That's all the Jim Blant's Catwoman's. That's a nice little set there. I'll fight with you about it later. No, I can't. I've got most of them. I just don't know where they are. And that's why I need to pare down my collection. That's why I need to do what I'm doing now, which is going through and sorting them all out and figuring out what I've got. Right now I've got 24 boxes like this of just miscellaneous DC comics. And then I have this box and this stack and another stack behind it that are all DC comics that have to find their way into those boxes and increase it some. I've got 12 boxes of Superman related comics. That's Action Comics, Superman, Adventures of Superman, Supergirl, Adventure Comics, Superman, Man of Steel, Superman, Man of Tomorrow, all of them. I've got three short boxes just of Wonder Woman, three short boxes just of Green Lantern. So, yeah, I've got a lot. And while I'm doing it, I'm pulling out doubles. Unless, of course, one is a newsstand and one is direct market, and then I keep both. Because I don't know which one I want to keep, so I keep both of them. So right now I've got 2 long boxes of comics from my DC collection. And then after I finish that, I'm going to start doing Marvel. And then finally, after that, I'll do everything else. Oh, yeah, and I have a box of Zenoscope comics that's heavier than all of the other boxes. It weighs about 1.5 times what the rest of them do. And I've got, of course, I've got a full run of the Atlas comics from the 70s. And then PC comics, I've got all but about 4 or 5 of them. And I have to go through and find them so I can figure out what I don't have and what I do have. So, and I have an amazing number of Batman comics, which is surprising since I don't collect Batman. I don't collect it, but if I get one that I don't have, I'll hang on to it. So I guess I collect everything. I just don't. Now, when I go to the Marvel comics and I start doing Marvel comics, I'm not going to keep one of each of everything. I'll keep the older stuff and the stuff that I still like and that I'm interested in. And everything else will go away. Everything else I don't care about. Just like I got rid of all those Spider-Man. I didn't care about them, so I got rid of them. The only Spider-Mans I have now are ones with Black Cat on the cover. Amazing Spider-Man. I still have a lot of Web of Spider-Man and Spectacular Spider-Man. I haven't gone through those yet. But yeah, the question of what makes up a collection is a good one. And if you ask 50 different people, I'm sure you'll get 50 different answers. I think what makes up a collection is things that make you happy. Things that you accumulate that make you happy. And not everybody's a hunter-gatherer. Not everybody is going to go out there and search and find things and then accumulate them. Some people, if they can't use it right now, they don't want it. My son's like that. If he doesn't have a use for it right now, he doesn't need it. Get rid of it. Some people are collectors and some aren't. I happen to be, I guess I'm a collector or an accumulator. I do have things that I don't collect. I've got thousands and thousands and thousands of football, basketball, baseball, hockey cards. I don't collect any of them. I just have them. just we do we gather the things around us that we love. And, it's, for some it's people, for some it's things. What's my Tuesday show? I'm already putting it together. I haven't started. I'm putting it together on paper, but it's going to talk about collecting also. But it's going to talk about if you like comics but you don't like superheroes, and give you some alternatives of things that you might look at that are and can be worth some money. I've got a small stack right here that I'm going to show. Not right now. I'm going to show them on Tuesday. But they're all. There's not a comic in that little stack that's under 70 years old. And some of them are older than that. (1948), 1947, 1947, 1939, or 38, something like that. Yeah, 1938. It's a small stack of older stuff that I've picked up over the last, I don't know, 5-6 years. It's not all my older stuff. It's a small pattern. Because if I got out all of my stuff from the 40s, then we'd be looking at a lot of superhero stuff, which is what I don't want to show you. So, comics, collection can be anything and any number. If you have 2 or 3 and that makes you happy, then that can be your collection. I get a kick out of it though when somebody says, "Oh yeah, I got a huge collection of comic books," and I'll say, "Yeah, how many? 300-400 at least." Oh, okay, cool. That's a lot for the average person. That's a lot. And then they say, "How many do you have?" And I say, "You don't want to know." Only you don't want to know. But, like that rack right there. And that was set up to hold 20 boxes at about 110 comics a box. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7 racks like that and still have them stacked in boxes on the floor. So yeah, I have a few. Well, this stuff here, these are all comic book price guides up here. That whole shelf right there is nothing but comic book price guides. And people wonder why I want the older ones, because I like to follow the trends. I like to see how things have progressed over the years. I keep one handy here because I have to account for the cost of different things that I sell. And if I've had it for over 20 years, I don't remember what I paid for it. So I look in the book and see what it was worth in 1999 and calculate it from that. I thought I had maybe 40 or 50 GI Joe figures. Turns out I have about 140 or 150. I thought I had more Star Wars than GI Joe. Turns out it was the other way around. How you doing, Jackson? Jackson Roy Clark. Kirk, it's always good to see you. Of course. Everybody can drop a link. It doesn't always go through. But, if it doesn't, then I rely on the mods to approve it. Yeah, I don't have a problem with people dropping links. Just some of them you have to be approved. And I just ask whoever's got moderator ability, if there's a link in there, go ahead and approve it. If it's for something on YouTube, but if it's a bad link, don't approve it. He sends everybody. He sends the whole world all over the place. Yeah, I've got an idea for a video that I want to work on, but I think this is more important. Getting this stuff done right now is more important than the video. I think for next Thursday, I'm not going to put an end time. I'm just going to put a start time. Maybe have a better topic. But yeah, put the link out to a few people. Nobody decided to come in. If you like, I can drop the link right here, and anybody that wants to come in can come in and tap. It's okay. But if not, I think I'm going to go ahead and shut it down because my sinuses are really getting to me. So I will see you all next week or whenever. Of course, I'll see you Friday night on Horizon Picks show. And next week, I'll try to have more than one topic and be a little more prepared. And yeah, we'll see you the next time. In the meantime, don't forget, before you handle your comics, your cards, your toys, make sure you wash your hands. It's good for your collections. Most of all, it's good for your health. And I will see you next video. Bye.